Welcome to the second episode of the Arabian Nights series brought to you by Zain Jaffar. In this episode, we're going to be learning about the Arabic alphabet, or al-huruf al-abjadiyya. The first letter in the Arabic alphabet is alif, alif, and it corresponds to the letter A in the English language. Next is the letter ba, ba, which corresponds to the letter B in English. Ta, ta, and this letter corresponds to the letter T in the English language. Tha, tha, this letter corresponds to th. Jim, jim, this letter corresponds to the letter J in English. Ha, ha, this letter does not have a correspondent in the English language. Kha, kha, this letter also does not have a correspondent in English. Dal, dal, corresponding to the letter D. Dhal, dhal, which corresponds to the in English. Ra, ra, corresponding to the letter R. Zay, zay, this letter corresponds to the letter Z. Seen, seen, corresponding to the letter S. Sheen, sheen, which corresponds to sh, as in the pronunciation of she in English. Sod, sod, this letter does not have a correspondent in English. Dod, dod, this letter also does not have a correspondent in English. Ta, ta, which has no correspondent. Vod, vod, this letter also does not have a correspondent. Please be aware that the pronunciation for this letter is different than dod. This letter is pronounced with your tongue, vod, vod, whereas the previous letter is pronounced without the tongue, dod, dod. Next is ain, ain. This letter also does not have a correspondent in the English language. Ghain, ghain, which has no correspondent. Fa, fa, this letter corresponds to the letter F in English. Qaf, qaf, which has no correspondent. Kaf, kaf, which corresponds to the letter K. Lam, lam, this letter corresponds to the letter L. Mim, mim, this letter corresponds to the letter M. Noon, noon, this letter corresponds to the letter N. Ha, ha, which corresponds to the letter H. Wow, wow, this letter corresponds to the letter W. Finally, we have the letter Ya, ya, and this letter corresponds to the letter Y. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Arabian Nights series. Feel free to comment below what you felt like was the easiest and hardest letter to pronounce in the Arabic language.